Episode 33. Where are you?
By the moment I had finished praying, it was already dawn. I had a meeting, but a quick sleep will suffice. Although it was a vain sleep because I still kept having recurring dreams from the night of June 23rd. When I woke up, I dialed the number again, but it was switched off yet again. I rarely visit my social media accounts, but that day I spent it online replying to anyone whose name is Manuela. I wanted to know why I was given that number and what God's intention were, despite not hearing a go-ahead from my drawing board. God. I started with Instagram and Twitter. Funny enough, suddenly there happened to be many people bearing the name Emanuela. I knew the devil was about to trick me, so I wore the garment of discernment. A quick discussion will unveil their marks, I told myself. The first Emanuela I saw had Samuel in her name. She wrote, "Samis, you're so fine and I'm just what you need." Automatically, that text disqualified that particular Emanuela. Another wrote, "You are a role model to look up to. I pray I meet you someday." She was decent enough, I thought. I decided to engage her in a conversation, but after 2 lines, a nude picture was sent to me. That wasn't my Emanuela, so I quickly blocked the contact. After 2 more failed attempts on Instagram, I went back to Twitter. I met this lovely Emanuela, and for a moment, I thought she was what I was looking for. But I didn't feel the connection. I felt a sense of pretense after about 2 days of chatting, so I decided to use my personal account, which has George Oliver with my brother's picture as the profile. I went on Facebook. The number of Emanuelas that contacted me on Facebook scared me the most. I was questioning why there were too many Manuelas on Instagram, not knowing there were nothing compared to the number on Facebook. I don't need an angel to tell me that whoever Emanuela is, she is destined to be my wife. And the devil has sighted what a force we two can be and is trying everything possible to make me miss out on God's will. If not, why all of a sudden do I have several Emanuelas texting me? I didn't bother to check any of their messages as I hissed and dropped the phone. Sam was closest to me among the crew and is someone who was spiritually sound and wise. He was with me in my office while I was busy going through the charts. Apart from my spiritual father, I haven't discussed my dream and the dilemma with anyone until that day. Sam has been watching me and my expression ever since I picked up my phone until the moment I actually dropped it on the phone.
Are you okay, sir?
He asked, concerned. I nodded, not wanting to share. I have been the one having to advise others, and now it seems I can't even advise myself. Yet, I couldn't trust someone else's counsel. I had my inner mind charge, watch. That is pride. I had to subject myself to humility. At such a point, God can use even a baby to deliver his words to me. So I opened up to Sam, who paid attention to every word I said.
Sir, may I speak freely?
He asked. I nodded.
If I may point out, after the dream and the phone number, you haven't heard from God concerning the matter, not until you were asked to pray for her, right?
He asked. I was puzzled but wanted to know what he was driving at, so I replied, right.
Then I believe it is not your responsibility to look for her.
I looked at him puzzled. I don't get you.
Sir, God has been ordering your steps from the onset. You just have to follow. Unless he asks you to search, please don't, because the devil is out there to ensure that you miss the will of God for you. And we don't know the repercussion that may follow. You have an added advantage because you can hear God and understand his leading. All you need to do now is work on holding back your emotions and not act under their influence.
I finally understood what he was saying, and I was appreciative of it. Thank you, Sam.
always a pleasure, Sam.
I resolved to pray for my future spouse, speaking life and the gift of salvation into her. I couldn't help but feel that if any of those ladies I chatted with were in any way God's will for me, then accepting her would be hard for me. So I resolved to pray that she encounters God and let God work on her before I meet her. I also prayed for her health, her career or business if she has one, and for her protection. I prayed quite often for her protection. I also pray that God gives her wisdom and a strong will to believe in Him no matter the opposition. I generally prayed for everything except her physical features. I described a template to God and prayed that He added the zeal for prayers and worship to her portfolio. An easygoing personality because I know a partner who will stay by my side, will need the ability to mingle with people, and I won't want to impose that on my partner, especially if she does not come with such a package. But I know God can do that. Don't get me wrong, I want my partner to be breathtaking to me, firstly, and for anyone who cares to appreciate. But I intended to be contented with God's gifts because I know I can't get all characteristics, even if she's a premier package. What is more necessary is character and her work with God. I pushed the thought of Emanuela off my mind, and she only appeared in 2 occasions. One, when I was about to pray, which helps me to remember her in prayers, and 2, when I met a lady bearing the name Emanuela. Months later, I received a call from GISTZ for an interview.